Okay, welcome back. So this is the male face that we were drawing. So what we're going to do really quickly is go through the steps again and draw the female face. So do the circle. I'll do it a little bit smaller. So I'll do the circle, do the thirds, but I'll run through it really quickly, okay? Do the thirds, so now I know where the thirds are. Half that, so I know where the eye line is, so that's the eye line right there. Divide that into those 8 pieces like that, but I'm just using the marks. Bring that across, and that's where the widow's peak is. So this is where the hairline is right there. And draw the center line down the middle. Okay, so I'll take that and I'll divide that into 3 parts. And that's right there. So that's the top of the eyebrows right there. That's the eye line right there. That's where the nose goes. Now, sometimes with the women's nose, the noses might be moving closer to the chin because the chins aren't that big. So you can do that and kind of where you have a artistic license in that. So anyway, the bottom third, we divide that into 3 parts. So that third there's where the lips go and where the jaws part. Okay, so getting pretty close. Halfway down is the bottom of the lips. Take this at a slight angle, just like that. So it's starting to look more like that face there, but we'll change things a little bit. Okay, so we'll divide this into 5 equal parts to get where the eye sits. So that's the eye, the eyebrows sit here, then the ears sit between the nose, and they start at the eyes, go out. Okay, so we'll do that. Just laying in the general place where all the features sit. Okay, and just where that jawline is, that's where it turns. So you can see it's starting to look like that, and the lips come out to about where the eyes are, right there. Okay, so now we're gonna start changing this face to look more like a female face, and the measurements are basically the same. So what we're going to do, like we talked about before, is we'll thin the chin, make it a little bit smaller and thinner. And also, one other thing we're going to do is we're not going to have that sharp edge like we have here. So when you're drawing a male figure, using a lot of angular lines on the feature, actually this shows strength, okay? So when you're doing that, it just means that they're more masculine, okay? And giving it a more curved, more organic feel to it, just, you know, it's more feminine. Okay, so if you're drawing a guy and you want to make him seem more feminine, use those kind of lines. You know, have the wider chin, you know, have the eyes that don't have any eyelashes coming out, but use those very graceful lines, and it'll make him seem more feminine. Okay, and I'm not talking about cartoons like you know, like when someone's drawing a cartoon and they got really nice smooth lines. I'm not talking about those things, okay? So anyway, I'm back to the female. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it the jaw. We're going to give the jaw a nice smooth curve to it. Okay, also, when we're drawing the nose, we'll make the nose a little bit seem a little bit smaller. So we might bring it in just a little bit and just have like a button nose kind of nose. But the men, they have, you know, they have broader, like the bridge of the nose is going to be thick, and yeah, and it'll come out like that. Okay, and so forth. So the women don't have that, you know, broad bridge and stuff. So the bridge of a nose we'll draw here is going to be nice and thin, just like that. Or you don't draw it at all. If you're just doing cartoons and stuff, don't draw it. So then when we go to the eyes, what we'll do is we'll give it a... If you're not going to draw like eyelashes coming out like that, okay? If you're not going to do that, which is a dead giveaway of, you know, whether it's a male or a female. Well, one of the dead giveaways. Then make the line on top of the eye a lot thicker. Okay, so when you do that, it actually gives the suggestion, you know, that the person has thick lashes above their eyes. Okay, so that's the flap over the eye on top right there. We'll just show it. So I'll show you how to. So as you can see, you know, and they have thinner eyebrows, but with the women, the eyebrows actually raise a little bit higher than the men at the corners right up there. So you can do that. So even if you give them a thicker eyebrow, you can kind of suggest that that's a female just by doing that, just that higher line up there of the eyebrow. So now it's starting to look more feminine, and the lips, we won't bring it out all the way to where it's supposed to go, like right to the edge of the middle of the eye. So we'll stop it just before that. So that's where it stops. Now another thing, when you're drawing women, there's the lips. So a lot of times you'd see people use definite lines. So we'll give a thick upper lip. Okay. And then we'll give a more definite bottom lip. Just like that. So it looks like she has big lips. And we'll shade this in. Give her a little bit of a smile there. Okay, so it looks like she has big lips there. Let's define this a little bit more. Okay, and the ears too. Try and pin the ears a little bit closer than the male, and don't make it as big. Try not, well, at least try not to, unless you're drawing a portrait and the person actually does have pretty big ears. Try to keep away from drawing the ears too big, and pin it a little bit closer to the head. So there we go. So that's just the same measurements as I said, but just changing things and making it more smooth. And like if you're doing a more cartoony illustration, there's no need to draw the line under the eye, because the more lines you draw around the eye area, or you know, from the nose coming down, it actually makes them look a lot older. So if you can, stay away from that and just suggest things if you want, using tone. Okay, so we'll probably give a funny haircut, so we'll just chop it off right there, or just above her brow there. Okay, and then have her hair coming above, so that's her head there, and so her hair is, because she's got quite a bit of hair, make it a little bit thick. Okay, have it like that, and maybe have this hair coming on the side like that. And give her a slimmer neck, because they have, the thicker the neck, the more, you know, ox-like it is. Okay, so if it was a male, the neck would be a lot thicker, so it'll come pretty close to where the jawline is. Yeah, and so basically that's the difference between the male and the female. Okay, so you can go ahead and, you know, continue to practice. So that's the front view. So I'll show you how to do the side view of the head, and how to find out those proportions in the next video. Okay, so have fun, and we'll go into a more detailed portrait drawing later, and I'll show you. I might do it as a time-lapse video. Yeah, so we'll look at the side view pretty soon, and we'll deal with the features after that. Okay, see you in the next video.